Me.
What are you going to do?
I'm your lead sponsor.
What are you going to do about it?
I'm your
What are you
lead
gonna do?
sponsor for Right Guard. Do you care at all about even having a show at all?
I guess Nina turned you into a dog also because all you're doing is barking. What do you want? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I am so disappointed in you.
What are you going to do?
I can't believe this is just.
What are you going to do? Nothing.
Shut up for a second, Avi. Could you not push me? I'm trying my best not to do it. I'm trying my best not to do it. I really, really don't want to do it, all right? You got one tiny little chance to keep your little show here, okay? Before I tell you, those magic little words, all right? Please, make your case. Tell me you're going to change your ways like you said you were going to do and you decided not to. Please. Give me a little sassy comment. Are you going to stare?
I'm waiting to hear some substance out of your words, James. What do you want? Or can we end the show? Guys and gals, what a green room it's been.
Show, Avi.
All right, Avi, so get on with it
That's
then.
it. That's
get
it.
On with it.
No. You're done. You're done. I'm done with you.
What does that mean? I'm done.
You are fired.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm fired? I'm fired?
I am so done with. Listen. This is the goddamn. Excuse me, but this is just the worst broadcast I've ever seen in my entire life.
Why don't you shut your mouth? Hey, Todd, how are you, Todd from Right Guard? Todd, let me center you. There we go. There's my buddy. There's the man. This is the real man who runs the green room and who runs all of our podcasts. You know why? Because you work for him. That's your superior. That's the executive, Mr. Rep, Mr. College Boy who couldn't score with the ladies back in 1997. You schmuck. You fool. This is the man. Todd, I digress. Welcome to the green room, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you, Avi. And hello, James. Hey,
Hello.
Big fan, Avi. I just want to throw it out so big that I actually canceled a cockfight with the cast of Seinfeld tonight just so I could be here on this show. So I want to extend that warm thanks. But James, lots to talk about. I've been a fan of the show. I've been watching quietly on the side, and I've seen our vision that we had set for the show kind of, let's say, go in a different direction. And I wanted to use tonight as an opportunity to nip something in the bud, if you don't mind.
Nip away, please. Yes.
Yeah. And anyway, James, apologies up front because I've been living at headquarters for the last couple of weeks, but your name has been coming up way too much. And I thought it was just the right time to step up and talk to a little bit about your demeanor. It's changed over time. I want to address that tonight. I look back at when we first started our program here in July, and Avi has done really just a bang-up job helping us with building our brand and building a raving fan base. He's flattened the sweat and odor curve. He's increased sales. He's even secured some really key end-aisle displays. And, oh, by the way, he's helped me eliminate some slotting fees that I don't have to pay anymore. But now to you. Okay, and I'm going to try to say this without emotion, but you're beginning to, let's say, treat the green room as some kind of personal stage, and that has to stop. Corporate feels you're trying to build a film and entertainment career or resume for yourself when your attention needs to be spent on the brand. I don't know. You want to say something about that before I just keep going on? Because I want to make sure we're aligned, we're on the same page going forward.
Well, great to see you again, Todd. I
don't want you to be nervous. I mean, it's just the three of us. We can have an open dialogue here. No holds bar.
I respectfully would say that I've been doing all that I feel I can as a professional to steer the show in the direction that Right Guard wants it to be in. And I don't know if you've seen the broadcast tonight in the last few weeks, and it's changed in a way that is abusive to people, and physically, emotionally, mentally. It was something that, to me, it felt immoral, and I felt like I needed to take a stand against Mr. Klein here. And that's where I stand on that, and I stand by my opinions.
Good job, James. Good job. Good job. Good job. There we go. That a boy.
Well, I'm not a creative guy. I'm not gonna comment on the content. I'm a numbers guy, and when I look at the numbers with the chart behind me,
that's real. That's real.
I mean, you'll see. I mean, starting here in June, when you consider that Sweat and Odor was spiking, and then along comes Avi's show right around July, and you'll notice how literally Sweat and Odor tanks. Why? Because our sales spike. This is what I care about. This was the turning point for us, okay? And as long as Avi keeps doing what he's doing, and we keep seeing revenue climb, especially Q4, you want to know why I'm still up at 2 o'clock in the morning here? I'm counting cash. I'm counting cash. And as long as my salespeople are moving product, and Avi is driving advertisers and bringing the impressions that I'm going to need, he's on my good side. I need you to begin to work a little bit more alongside Avi. I think there's room for growth. But like I said before, I'm not a content guy. I'm not a creative guy. I'm a numbers guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, sir, I appreciate the numbers that you showed me. I have not seen them specifically. I've heard about them, and I have not specifically looked at them. And to be honest, I haven't looked at many numbers.
That sounds like someone's not doing their job. Am I right, Todd? Is this the rep? You know what? I feel a bit offended. Hold on over a second. I feel a bit offended. Hold on a second. I'm not talking. Real men are speaking. Todd and myself. Todd, I got to tell you, I respect you a lot, but I feel a bit offended that this guy is handling some of the greatest podcasts to ever hit the nation or the globe. This guy's working with me day to day. He doesn't even know the numbers. He doesn't do his due diligence. He was starstruck. He got a bit of a taste of what it's like to be on live, and now that's all he cares about, Todd. I don't want to work alongside this guy. I really don't. He's a buffoon.
We can make it simple. Again, leaving emotion out of this, you need to work on being a team player. You need to walk and chew gum at the same time.
Todd, I'll walk out. Todd, I will walk out. Todd, I love you, man. I will walk out if this guy still has to represent me. I could take David Holliday and Dale Wilkes. Get on out of here. I don't want you, is what I'm saying. Todd, I respect you so much, my friend, but we got to do something about this.
He's trying to push his weight around. You see, he's trying to show how tough and strong he is, and looking at it from a logical perspective, he's not in his right mind right now.
Well, we need to James, we need to find a balance within your work and your personal life. Like I said, walk and chew gum at the same time, the same way that we've learned to control perspiration and odor. And you know what? Otherwise, like your predecessor, you're going to be an invisible solid pretty soon, okay? But I don't have the time to step into your role. I've got units to move here across the country and through the supermarkets. So I'm going to give you I need a trial period out of you. I need you to focus, okay? It's about the brand. I can't afford the brand to be devalued, okay?
Devaluing the brand.
Focus. I need you to work with Avi, and together I think we can rebuild what our original vision was for the program.
How could I work with him, sir, Mr. Todd? It's almost impossible. If I don't try to announce myself and push myself around, he's just going to walk all over me. Look what he's doing right now. He's making this big show about this whole thing, and we're talking about numbers. We're talking about how things are supposed to be. He's pretending to be an artist, is what I'm saying.
Look, you may not be the strongest deodorant on the shelf, but you are teachable. And you have the basic sweat intelligence that we look for in candidates, okay?
I mean, I understand. I get it. I liked what you said, actually. That was very funny.
Look, I tell you what, it's okay to be alpine, edgy, but it's best to remain cool, fresh, and classic, okay? Less is more. So no pain, no gain, or as I like to say, no sweat, no odor.
But what about this? I feel like I'm more of a sea breeze smell for myself, I think. I think that I can fit in somewhere within what we're talking about. I think that I'm not what you may think I am. It may seem like I haven't done any work, and it may seem like I have just been sitting around trying to get onto the program and not actually doing any real.
You got that right. Yeah.
But I've definitely done that work, and you just haven't seen it because I write it all down on paper.
But your reports are late. You may write it. Your reports are late. End of the week.
I got to tell you, Todd, I hate to interrupt you, but I work. Listen, I don't go to sleep till 3 a.m. This guy texts me during the shows. He texts me during the broadcasts. He's been doing that since July. He's asked me to position this box the right way. He asked me to plug things the way that he wants me to, even though I'm the most creative guy in the world that will plug a product, and you know that, Todd. This guy is literally writing me to the point of exhaustion. I do projection reports. I do data analytics. I do metrics. Every single thing I do in terms of numbers slows me down because I'm a creative guy. I'll do numbers because I could do it all. But James, let me tell you something right off the bat. Todd is the reason why I stay up late at night. Todd is the reason why I work hard. Todd is the reason why I turn on that other hat that people don't even David Holiday doesn't see that hat that I wear. I'm a numbers guy by night. Why? Because of you, Todd. I've always believed in you.
Well, I think things have changed. I mean, you and I sat down, I don't know, well before July, and I think what we were putting down on the canvas has moved, but I don't think all is lost. I think we can still bring the color back to the canvas of what we thought we were going to put together.
Even with this guy, you think? Just think he could bring the color back with. Look how he looks pale as a ghost. Looks like Casper.
It's just my lighting. I'm actually very tan. To be clear,
nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. This is Todd's moment. Todd is taking time out of his schedule to show up live, mind you, very late at night, to speak to us. So let's have him have the floor, and let's show some respect.
Well, I will say that, James, you are testing me. You are certainly forcing my apocrinian glands to work overtime. And when that happens, I'm not happy, okay? I'm a man who wants to stay cool. So I'll tell you what. Remember, when you first came on board, I told you, we're a technology company. We're driven by science. But God knows that my heart is just beginning to warm to 2021, okay? So I'll have to ask you to shape up or ship out, or perhaps leave the screen, because any second chance is going to be an Arctic refresh. Okay, because I'm up here right now with numbers that I've got to push upstairs, and you're not helping me make my job easier. So perhaps it's best if you cut from the screen, and Avi and I can talk offline about ways we can change course, ways we can re-engineer this relationship. But like I said, I'm not asking Avi to change the show. I love everything about it. Like I said, just take a look at the numbers. It's working.
Yes, it is. And James, you are not working, so get off my broadcast. I'm sorry, Todd. I don't really get that upset usually. I got to tell you, I myself am a numbers guy, but at the end of the day, I'm also a right guard guy. You know that. I'm loyal to you and your product, my friend.
I appreciate that. You know why? Because it works, right? We can talk about the product, but until you try it, that's when you know. But like I said, what we started months ago is working. I want to keep it that way. You've got a great show. And forgive me, I know it's later than I'm normally up to, but like I said, I'm still closing out Q4 books. And I didn't want to miss the show, but I needed to speak to James before really work starts again on Monday. And I've got a lot to think about. Yep. I've got until Monday, whether he reports back to that desk or not. So
I got to be honest. I wouldn't be rash. I think deep down James is a good soul. I think he's lost right now. Again, he got the bug. A lot of the people that come on these shows get the bug, Todd. They get the acting bug. They think that they can hang around with thespians, people that are talented. They don't understand. This is the danger zone, man. You got to step in here 7 days a week and bring it every single day. And once you put on a good show, you got to wake up and you got to forget about that and put that behind you and put on another one and another and another and another. And that's what we do over here. David Holiday, Avi Klein, even Howard Collado and Mickey Doyle. We do that every single day. And Todd, I'm going to tell you right now before we leave, you and I are going straight to the top. Right guard, I will make sure that every single bullet point, every single objective all of your mandatory guidelines that you set forth on me,